George.
Hi, everybody. I'm a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, good. They were starting up. No, we're not wooing, we're not clapping, and no way are we validating my bad decision. Thank you all for not having much of a reaction. You never know when fun things are going to happen when you're a high school teacher. The other day, I had to substitute teach the ELL class, it's the kids who can't speak English, for one class period. So I thought I just had to take attendance and let them play on their phones for an hour. Wrong. I got to the first name on the list, IS. Like the terrorist organization, right? So I'm like, I'm saying, but they don't speak English, don't understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to spell it out, it's not working. I'm getting louder, I'm getting closer. I hadn't noticed that the principal walked in, right? So I went up to these Middle Eastern kids and said, "Are you ISIS? Are you ISIS? Are you ISIS?" Yeah, I got to have a really fun meeting that day. I have problems with the kids who speak English as well. One of the kids the other day said, "Mr. Newton, other kids say you look like the Lorax." Yeah, I didn't need to know that. I'm a history teacher. The other day I was teaching the kids about the Holocaust. And I said, Hitler killed 6 million Jews. And this one kid looked right at me and said, "That's not the worst thing that Hitler did." And me, because I'm not that smart, said, "What's the worst thing that Hitler did?" And this kid looked right at me and said, "Hitler did your mom." Yeah, so much respect. These kids, they make weird connections. Like this one kid was arguing with me that he knew everything about the movie Soul, but he knew everything about 9/11 because he saw the movie Soul Plane. Yeah. I make fun of that kid, but I'm excited to teach him about feminism by having him watch the movie White Chicks. I teach at inner city school, which is a nice way of saying the kids always want to punch each other. And next to my school, there's actually a fence that separates the school and a zoo. And I noticed the other day that there's barbed wire on the fence, and the barbed wire is on the school side. Yeah, it's not to protect the children. I don't just work with kids, I also have kids of my own. My kids are a little bit different though, like they're very concerned, like their friends' parents are getting divorced, so they're very concerned about divorce, but they don't call it divorce, they call it the quest for 2 Christmases. Yeah. My youngest, he's like a smaller version of me. The other day he said he came up with a rap name for himself. What's a rap name for a smaller version of me? He says his rap name was Little Ritz. Little Ritz? Why Little Ritz? He said because I'm a tiny cracker. He's getting older, so the things we're talking about are getting a little bit different. So he's just turned 13. So the other day we were in a car and he said, "Dad, what's 69? But don't worry, this gets so much worse because my 15-year-old was also in the car and they said, "Dad doesn't know what 69 is because he's never done it." Yeah. So I have to decide, I've been disrespected by a 15-year-old, right? But I'm a mature, responsible adult. So I have to say the only thing I could add. Yeah, I know it's 69, I've done a lot with your mom. I don't know where these kids get their disrespect from. When he says, I'll figure it out. I think, no matter where we are on the political spectrum, I feel we can all say that there's things in this world that need fixing. And I think I'm going to make 2 statements that everybody can agree with, no matter where you are politically. Number 1, there are way too many people exaggerating things for effect to make themselves look better and just to get attention. That's number 1. I think we can all agree with that. And number 2, late people should be killed immediately. Yeah, I think we all agree with that. I like telling that joke too, because sometimes late people just put their heads down real fast. But you guys are all looking at me, so you're all at least pretending. Good job. All right, less controversial subject. I have a trans son, and it's hard because we're just kind of starting with it, and nobody knows what to say, and everybody's trying to do their best, and it's especially hard for me though because I'm a comedian, so I always ask myself, what would Dave Chappelle do? And that is not helpful in this situation at all. Not helpful at all. I am excited though because when I was a kid, I always wanted a transformer, and now I have my own Optimus pronoun. That's super nice. We're just at the very beginning of the conversation, of the transition. So they're biologically a female, but presenting as male. So what that means is that the little guy, every time of the month, gets very, very angry still, is what I'm trying to say. Like screaming and yelling. The other day they were screaming, "I can't wait to get rid of my uterus." And I was like, "Me too, buddy, me too." We gotta get that out it explodes or whatever. I don't know about gender. I'm trying. I'm a feminist. All right, I'm from a town called Worcester, Massachusetts. No, once again, no word. No. All right? We tried to steal a minor league ball team from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, okay? We are not that cool. I make fun of Worcester, but it's fun to live in a town with 2.37 dispensaries for every man, woman, and child. Worcester, you don't have to be out to live there, but it helps. Anyway, Worcester, story the other day. I was walking home down Shrewsbury Street. For those who don't know, Worcester is one of our nicer streets, and that's where because that's where the good little Caesars is. And as I was walking home, and everybody Worcester conversation, everybody knocking into it saying, "Let me in, I'm not a crackhead," which is an important thing to say in Worcester, Massachusetts. And I didn't hear what the person inside said, but after they were done speaking, he said, "What, you want me to do all this crack by myself?" And then somebody 2 doors down said, "I'll do crack with you," and they tried to pull him in, and that is a Worcester love story right there. I've seen crazy things in this town. One of the things I saw the other day is I saw a car, and you know how on the back of cars they have like the man, the woman, the child, the dog? Yes, all right, good. All right, the Worcester one's a little bit different, because where the dad had been was scratched out, and there was a giant yellow sticker that said the word MILF. I live in an amazing place. I'm going to go to the question right now. Woo! All right, let's see. How dare you? I don't know. I don't know how I dare do anything. I don't even know how I even leave the house. So, yes, how dare I? Let's see what else we got. Is a joint while on shrooms equal to a cig while hammered? I feel like this person was on shrooms and hammered. I don't know. I look like, and I should really be doing drugs, but I don't, so I don't really feel qualified to. I'm like the only comedian who doesn't do drugs, so I guess this was not meant for me. All right, I want to try one more. Oh, favorite sexual position. All right, this is a good one. Yeah, ooh, got 69 that. Nice callback, very good. I would have to say favorite sexual position. I think you can all see me right now, so favorite sexual position is any and or no lights on. So any of those are two. All right, let's change it up a little bit. Where my fatties at? Yeah, I feel like more people should react to that. I feel like there's people in here who have extra pounds on them, and there should have been more of a reaction. I think thin people have made us fat people feel bad for way too long, and it stops tonight. Fat power, fat power, fat power, fat power. Yeah, it's all right if you didn't join me in that. My arm feels really, really bad right now, so I feel like even though I teach fat acceptance, I really just need to nap and do a little bit of exercise. Alright, I'm older than a lot of the comedians you're going to see tonight, as you can probably tell because as the kids say, white does crack. But I'm going to do a little bit more audience participation, alright? I'm going to tell a story and you guys are going to tell me whether you think it's true or not, alright? The other day I went to a store and I was carded. Show of hands, who believes me? Like two people. Okay. Thanks for justifying it. Thanks for trying to make me feel better. I appreciate that. You know, look young, but sometimes they do it anyway. Thanks so much. I didn't think it could get worse. People not raising their hand, but somebody found a way. My new best friend. Actually, I'm making fun of it, but I'm not mad that people didn't raise their hand. It's okay. I can see me too. All right? I understand. But I told that wrong. I wasn't carded because I was buying alcohol. I was carded because I was buying Sudafed. Now show of hands who believes me. A couple more people. Yeah, that's right. I think it's important to know two things about yourself. Number one, who thinks you're young, and number two, who thinks you do math. But as I mentioned, I'm older, and I know that I'm older in many ways. One of the ways that I know that I'm older is like, you know, if I eat cheese, I need to lie down for a while. That's fun. Everything hurts. But the most important way that I know that I'm old is that the first time I had sex, vaginas had hair. Yeah, they didn't tell you that, young people. Back back in the day, we rode dinosaurs to school and vaginas had hair, and they had to cut that out of Jurassic Park because it was way too scary. I know that like what I look like kind of determines a lot. Like I'm very progressive, but I have been told that I have resting Fox News viewer face. I feel like, you're just looking at me, you feel like, yeah, if you had a rap album that was called Respect the Police, which I understand how I look. As I mentioned, being older, me and my wife have been together for a long time, and we do kind of different things to keep the magic going. And one of the things that we do, I can't recommend more, is role-playing. And I'm going to leave you with our favorite one, right, which I can't recommend more. All right, so our favorite one is called the Cocky Quarterback and the Demure Cheerleader. And I know what you're thinking. But in the right light, I make a pretty awesome cheerleader. And you guys have been an awesome audience.